G'day, I'm Andrew Marshall with the Northern Australia Climate Program at the University of Southern Queensland, and this is a short summary of the Bureau of Meteorology's climate outlook for the Northern Territory for the weeks and months ahead, issued on the 21st of May 2026. So we'll take a look at the rainfall outlooks to begin with, starting with these outlook scenarios, and these are the rainfall totals that have a 75% chance of occurring for your region. So we're now in the dry season for Northern Australia. So looking ahead to the 3 months from June to August, we're seeing a 75% chance of between about 2 and 10 millimetres for some southern parts of the territory. We're also seeing a 75% chance of 10 to 25 millimetres or more for parts of East Arnhem, likely to be brought by moist onshore easterly trade winds, as is typical for this time of year. Now, as always, you can use this magnifying glass feature right here to drill deeper into the forecast for your location of interest to break the forecast down into the chance of different rainfall amounts occurring. And this will give you an idea of how conditions are likely to be compared to the historical median. And your local climate mate will be happy to go through this with you in more detail also. Now, next month, we'll take a first look at the Bureau's outlook for the northern rainfall onset for the wet season ahead, and this will be issued on the 25th of June, so keep an eye out for that. All right, now we'll look at temperatures, and the difference from average for maximum temperature here show warmer conditions across the territory for the 2 weeks from the 25th of May to the 7th of June, and here the average is calculated over the 1981 to 2018 period for this time of year. And for minimum temperature, we're also expecting warmer than average conditions over that 2-week period. Now, looking at the chance of extremes map for the 3 months from June to August, we're seeing an elevated chance of unusually warm days across southern parts of the NT and unusually warm nights across large parts of the territory. And by unusually warm, we mean the highest 20% of historical temperature records for this time of year based on that 1981 to 2018 period. Now remember, these long-range forecasts for rainfall and temperature provide the best guidance for local climate, so that is our focus as always. And these forecasts consider all ocean and atmosphere conditions that affect seasonal weather and climate. But if you are interested in some of the climate indicators that can influence the forecast, we'll have a quick look at these now. And the El Nino Southern Oscillation is currently neutral, although the tropical Pacific has been warming and those sea surface temperatures are likely to reach El Nino thresholds by early winter. Now, models suggest an El Nino event is likely to be at least moderate in strength with the possibility of a strong event, so we are monitoring this closely. And sea surface temperatures for the Bureau's outlook here show the development of those El Nino conditions across the central and eastern Pacific regions, with strong warming in the forecast for June to August. Sea surface temperatures for much of the Australian region also remain warmer than average in the forecast. Now, the Indian Ocean Dipole, the IOD, is neutral, with most model forecasts indicating it will remain neutral until at least early winter. The Madden-Julian Oscillation, the MJO, is weak, but forecasts suggest it may re-strengthen over the Western Pacific and Western Hemisphere in the next week. And when in the Western Hemisphere, the MJO can reduce rainfall over large parts of Queensland in particular. Now, the Southern Annular Mode, or the SAM, is currently neutral and is forecast to remain mostly neutral into early June. Now, turning to the pasture growth outlook from long paddock for the 3 months from May to July, not too much happening up north at this time of year, of course, but some of the western and eastern regions are expected to see varying amounts of pasture growth in response to the recent and forecast rainfall in the months ahead. All right, finally, don't forget to visit the NACPI Cattle Comfort Index prototype forecast at nacpi.org.au for information on how heat stress conditions are likely to vary over Northern Australia in the days ahead. Now, index values between 30 and 35 degrees represent moderate stress to cattle. Values between 35 and 40 degrees represent severe stress, and values above 40 degrees are considered extreme. And you can explore other forecast products there and read a whole lot more about the Northern Australia Climate Program. Now, as always, for more information and updates, visit the Bureau's climate pages at bom.gov.au/climate. If you have any questions about weather and climate conditions, including recent and current extreme events or the use of forecast information, please reach out to your local climate mate. Stay safe and see you next time.